Hello, welcome to HARUN'S Media, where we simplify accounting, finance, and business for students, professionals, and entrepreneurs. I want to take you through a short story and later dive into the topic of discussion. There were two friends working in the same office. They were paid 40,000 leons monthly. A year later, one of them had nothing. He didn't save anything and he had a lot of debts. The other had 12,000 savings. He had started small business and had no debt. Now the big question here is, what creates the difference? What is the difference? They earn the same money, they are in the same city, they had the same opportunity, and they are in the same office. What creates the difference? The big answer is money management. So this clearly brings us to the topics of today's video. We are going to talk on money management, which is very key. Money management is not about how much you earn, it's about how well you control the money you earn. Now see, many people nowadays believe that when I earn more money, my financial body will disappear. But the truth here is, more money without discipline creates great problems. Create problems. So I kindly want us to listen keenly so that we'll go through this video. Now to you watching this video, how long have you been working? As an accountant, a general manager, a cashier, a cleaner, and all the likes. And now tell me, how much have you saved to date? You will earn money, yes. You will get a monthly salary, yes. Have you been saving part of that salary? Some people yes and some no. And if you're a victim of such, I please want us to deviate for such act and start controlling our finance, start controlling our income. And now, to guide you properly, I want to take you through 3 rules of money management. 3 rules of money management. One is the pay yourself rule. Now, the pay yourself rule of money management is about prioritizing your savings before spending. What does it mean? Which means you always have to save first before spending. Assuming you just received your salary, you are just coming from the bank, received your monthly salary. On your way home, you get attacked by robbers or thieves or so and lost everything at the end of the day. Now the big question is, will you survive for that month, or you lost your life because you just lost your monthly salary? Or will you still continue from where you were, or you give up on life? To me, that is very clear that you must have to continue life. It's a circumstance. It might be difficult at the moment. This is just bringing to our attention that saving before spending is very good. Yeah, some people might be wondering, I have a lot of cost centers. Cost centers means areas of expenditure. I have to spend on transportation, food, I have to send some money for my mother and all the likes. Now your question is, if there is no money, will you think of that? No. So therefore your income must be disciplined. You have to save first before spending, because if you decide to spend before saving, you end up spending all, because our wants are numerous. You had a lot of things that you have been thinking of getting, but because you are exposed to the cash, you end up using all. So the number one rule is, you have to save before you spend. Saving before spending goes a long way and it's very good for your financial health. The second rule is to control your spending. Now many people nowadays are poor, not because they earn little, but because they spend without planning, and it's very bad. This is very serious. Before spending, you have to ask yourself 2 questions. One, is do I need this or do I just want it? You get it? Do I need this or do I just want it? There is a clear classification between your needs and wants. Most people tend to misinterpret them or misuse them in their spending. There are things you can't go without. It is clear. you know, you have to eat. There are some basic amenities that you must have to spend money on at the end of the month. But there are some that are unnecessary. You just want them, but you don't need them. Yeah, you want them, but you don't need them. Are you confused? Now let me just give you an example. Let's say I've just collected my salary. On my way home, I just come across a luxury watch, a wristwatch that costs 500. And this wristwatch costs 500. Then if I am not financially disciplined, I go in for it and buy it. That's an impulse buy. You really do not need it. Definitely. You want it, but there's no need for it. To me, if you have your cell phone, sometimes you have to live within your income level. Don't compare your life to others. Others might be living luxurious life. Live within your means. It is very key. Yeah, this has not been among your plans, and this is not your need. You can live without having a wristwatch. You can live without having a wristwatch, I repeat. But there are some needs, there are some items you need, that you can't go without. These are things you must prioritize. So if you take 500 leons part of your salary and go in for that wristwatch that you did not plan for, that you have not been thinking of, what happens? You are disturbing your income. So therefore, let's stop such acts. Start going in for things you need rather than things you just want. Yeah? Are you getting it? Going in for things you need rather than going in for things you just want is very good and it's very key. Right? So this is really serious, and I want us to start practicing this and see what the effect will be on our income. The third and the last rule is by making your money grow. The money that sits on your pocket doesn't grow. The money you've been keeping in the bank does not grow. What makes your money grow is by engaging in investments, that is by starting up small businesses or even spending on acquiring skills that will be beneficial in earning money in returns. If you are not multiplying the money, with time it reduces. You see that the nominal value reduces as time goes on, right? Because if we can consider the time value for money, your 1,000 euros today will not be the same as your 1,000 euros tomorrow. So therefore, we have to engage ourselves in what making the money grow, right? And money is very critical to handle, because money itself is a very, very good servant, but a very bad leader. Meaning, when you control the money as a leader for the money, that the money is a servant, it will build a better future for you. It will build up a very good future for you. But when the money controls you as the leader, you being the servant for that money, it will destroy your future. It is very clear. You have to be very mindful of how you treat your finance. This is very key, because a lot of businesses have closed. Many young people are stranded because they don't know how to manage their money. Money management is very key. I want you to put an emphasis on this video. Watch this video and see that you follow the tips and try to work towards changing some of these mistakes. Now let me tell you, being rich is not the same as being financially secured. We all can attest to the fact that there have been rich people in our communities, in the societies, that today are not rich. Why? Is it because they hadn't enough cash? They had been earning enough money, but because they have not been managing their finance very well, today they are broke. All of their finances are gone. So that tells you that you might be rich, but that doesn't mean you are financially secured. You can be rich and not be financially secured. Now, let me give you a take home. I want to give you a very brief ratio, a mathematical formula, which is what we have it 50, 30, 20. That is 50 is to 20, sorry, 50 to 30 to 20. Whatsoever income you are getting now from today henceforth, I want you to start practicing this. Take 50% for your needs. The 30%, the 30%, keep it aside for precautionary motives. That's the one time. There are some things that can arise in emergency, which you can't balance. Medication, right? You have other charges that you can't go without, but will not be immediate when the money is available. So the 30,000 should be kept aside for that. The 30%, sorry, will be kept aside for that, and the 20,000, the 20%, sorry, will be kept for savings or investment. Are you getting me? It is 50, 30, 20. If you find this lesson helpful, kindly like, share, subscribe to Harun Media, where we simplify accounting, finance, and businesses for everyone. Till we meet again, it's bye for now. Thank you.